me check Joe's link real quick because there was something very interesting in it. Actually.
Yep. What we're talking about now is going to be very cool in the world of the video games business, and we want to go ahead and discuss that.
Yes, the nominations for the Video Game Hall of Fame. Angel will take over from here.
Yeah.
That is correct. So it appears that they took a bunch of titles from the old and the new location, and they want to put them on the Roll of Fame. Now, normally I'd be happy to just go through the list, but this time I want to see your opinions on the titles that I am going to mention. You guys are going to tell me what you think and whether they should be considered worthy.
You know, at this point, let's just deal with it. How many titles?
How about now? A little better?
You're still a little bit left.
Give me a minute. Let me see if I can do
How about now?
Give me
Hang on.
1 minute,
work?
please.
Just a second. Just a second.
Sorry, this thing is more sensitive than I thought it would be.
All right, I just turned it down a couple decibels. Hopefully that helps.
Yep.
You're good.
Yes.
You don't have to worry with your
All right.
So how many titles are listed so far?
There appears to be 12 titles that have been declared possible for the International Video Game Hall of Fame, and I am going to go through all of them as soon as this stupid fucking thing actually goddamn loads properly. Excuse me for a moment.
Bear with us, folks.
Okay. So we have the finalists were chosen from thousands of nominations, and the players can vote on the Players' Choice poll that will begin on March the 18th all the way to March the 25th. So if you want to make your voice heard on that one, whether your favorite title deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, now will be a good time to let your voice be heard. So let's get to work on the titles that have been allowed for this one. So we have Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, hands down. It deserves. You know what? It deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, especially because it's one of the video games that connects everybody all over the world. Everybody who has it, they're hooked on their Switch and they're interacting with their other friends, you know, setting up their own little territories, their own little islands or whatever the heck. It's crazy. And the DLCs that are released for this game, it's freaking wild.
The turnip economy.
Yeah.
Continuing on, another game that has been nominated is none other than the original first-person military shooter, Call of Duty. Now, I may not care for the franchise, but I do feel like it deserves to be there, if only by the sheer amount of influence that it's had on the Western video game industry. What do you guys think of that?
You know what?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. It deserves to be there.
Makes sense. Please excuse me. I'm over here trying to deal with the warbling audio coming in on your end over here, Angel, so I have to constantly adjust it.
But don't let us stop. Continue on with the next
Please, by all means, go ahead.
Continue on that. The next candidate is Farmville. Can't say I heard of it, but it's basically a farming simulator, one of the earliest ones ever made.
Farmville. Yeah, I've never heard of it, so I can't give an opinion on it. Oh,
what do you think of it, Juan? Do you think this deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
Guys, all that, like the farming simulators, all that stems from the classics SimCity games. And of course, those hold a special place in my heart.
So Juan, this is yes then.
Right,
following on that, we have, for those who enjoy the sports, the original that began EA's rise to meteoric fame, FIFA International Soccer. This is the good one, back when you were actually allowed to play games and not just pay DLC for them.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay, hey, you know, that's cool.
And coming up next, here's one that I really do feel should be here, even though admittedly it hasn't made many waves recently, the original Guitar Hero. You guys remember Guitar Hero?
Yeah, boy! We've played the original Guitar Hero. Come on!
I gotta do one more adjustment over here. Give me a second.
I'll be the first to admit that rhythm games are not my thing, but the feeling of playing to the fire and the flames in Guitar Hero 3 as the credits roll and your character ascends to Valhalla, that was pretty damn cool. I can't deny that.
All right, go on. What's the next one?
The next one is the Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I'll be honest, I had never played in my entire life, but I think this one basically gave birth to the simulator industry.
I actually have an acquaintance online who's a fellow concerned citizen about that idiot Xeiana, who in his spare time does actually play around with the Microsoft Flight Simulator and has quite a jolly good time too.
Well, hopefully that means that she believes that the game deserves to be there. Because the next one is Pole Position. You guys remember Pole Position?
I do not.
Pole Position? No, I can't say I do.
Go ahead and tell us about it.
It is one of the earliest American football games. Rugby, for those of the UK lands of soup and clams.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was. It was one of the originals back in the arcade days.
Hold on. Is it rugby where they're tackling and shit with the ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's rugby.
Okay, because you were saying the original football. Football is soccer internationally.
Yeah, my bad.
Go on.
Continuing on, we have the meme maker itself, Portal. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, it deserves to be there. Come on, think about it. Think about it. The people all over the internet are all about that game. Think about the number of memes, the number of video parodies that are made from Portal.
So essentially, we're judging these games on meme power.
The song of "This Was a Triumph" will
Still Alive.
Still Alive will forever live in infamy.
Real quick, for the record, the physics of Portal has always been one that had been mind-boggling to me. It had been the craziest thing. I just gotta say, I remember actually getting motion sickness watching our friends play the Portal game when I was younger. The last time I'd gotten any form of motion sickness in terms of my video gaming life was when I was a kid playing on the N64. I hadn't gotten anything since then. Do you have any idea how fucked up that is, man?
And of course,
it is.
And of course, we all remember and we all appreciate J.K. Simmons as Cave Johnson.
Fantastic job.
That's Portal 2. Okay, yeah, you know what, you're right. But nevertheless,
the sequel is still good.
But go on. Next on the list.
Continuing all of that, we have another meme maker and a game that even to this day is basically responsible for the population of Korea, Starcraft, the iconic strategy military search where you have to build the additional pylons.
I've heard of Starcraft. I've never got a chance to play it, but I've heard some positive reviews on it.
Okay, let me
to give it rough. Give me the rough one.
I'll clue in. Okay, picture World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Now picture it in space.
Cool.
There you go.
Nice.
In essence, it's a strategy game where you take control of one of the factions and your job is to exploit the land around you, build structures to create your army, and eventually invade and destroy the other players and their fortifications. The game is very strategically heavy, and to this day, despite the fact that it's had a couple of sequels and expansions, the first game alone is still so popular that in certain locations in Asia, I don't know where it is, I think it's either Japan, China, or Korea, one of those three, they have actual schools and boot camps to train you into being a professional StarCraft player. And the prizes for the contests can go to thousands upon thousands of dollars. So yeah, no, I can see StarCraft making it here. It genuinely earned its place into the old ones.
Yeah.
The last two, however, are some very interesting titles because I gotta be honest with you, I haven't heard of these in decades. The first one is the original TRON game.
You can't top that. I'm sorry.
The grid is live, man.
Can't deny its influence. And the last one genuinely caught me by surprise. None other than where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yep, folks have to remember. Folks have to remember that Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego started as like an edutainment, like PC video game.
Before it became a TV show, and then it became a cartoon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a
TV game show, and then animated series, and then the other animated series, which is awesome.
It is really awesome. I never got a chance to finish it, but it is pretty awesome. And you know what? It deserves its place. It really does. Now, Angel,
nice work, Gumshoes.
Now, Angel, as a video gaming enthusiast as you are, do you agree or disagree with any of these titles that are listed for nominations?
Honestly, considering their long history, I don't really have a problem with these games making it to the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't mind going there and casting my vote. I was just genuinely surprised by some of the choices that they picked, because some of these admittedly have been out of the public eye for so long, it's very easy to forget they once existed. You know, going back to the roots on that. But frankly, I am fine with every single one of these titles. They haven't made new games in a long time. The influence that they had on the gaming landscape and the many copies of themselves that they spawned out of it, that is something that simply cannot be denied.
Oh, no.
It's impossible to deny it.
You know what? Saying it that way, you know what? I actually do agree with you. And folks, if you're watching right now, what video games do you enjoy? What video games do you believe belongs into the International Video Game Hall of Fame? Go ahead and drop them in the comments. And Angel, I say, just an idea. In the tradition of video gaming, perhaps you would like to list your very own personal top 12 video games that you think that you enjoy.
We really need to work out this.
Yeah, we have never done a top anything in our channel. This would be a first.
All right, let me toss my first 12 there. Please pardon me if I become redundant.
Well, no, don't do it right now. But we'll save that for like a next episode, and then we'll.
All right, then.